Ron's back.
Hello.
I've put the sound on, so just say when we're switching.
So happy for us to just roll straight into. Would anyone like to just remind us where we left off in the last game?
I feel like we all remember the most important thing about where we left off.
It went poorly.
I mean, the fight
So
was good.
Robert
Actually-
managed to break out of the barrel, the hippo-shaped barrel. Excuse me. Hezekiah called down lightning. We managed to dispatch a lot of the puppets. Robert was on his knees and managed to drink a health potion, but spill some of it. But Twin helped him out with a great healing potion. Battle surged. Twin kept striking, and the Tabaxi thieves struck from hiding places with bolts of blue energy, vaporizing one of Hezekiah's lions. The hippo barrel prepared and levitated in the air again. Ice Knife burst against the side of the Tabaxi thief, with Locke having spotted her. Hezekiah rained more lightning. Romot destroyed the hippo. Aldrin fell into the water. Several people fell into the water. Aldrin managed to pull himself out. The Tabaxi continues to cast more magic, or an attempt to, but Locke counterspell snuffed one of them out. Undeterred, though, she knelt and plunged her hand into the ice, and with a crackling burst, Lake fractured, nearly swallowing those atop it. Lightning lanced out as her legendary action punished Locke's elemental and lions. Locke struck back with more ice knives. The tide started to turn, or so it looked briefly. However, Shafe's dismembered metallic corpse erupted from beneath the ice, and a twisted symphony of blade limbs, torsos, and shrieking iron skull assaulted the party. Romut was pierced, Locke was slammed, Hezekiah narrowly dodged, and Twin was headbutted. Aldrin, still recovering, was crushed by a ribcage, and amid the chaos, the Tabaxi mocked them, her words filled with chilling prophecy. When the sky breaks, you will all be forgotten. And a low hum began emanating from one of the mechanical torsos, and it seemed to be preparing to explode. Locke, in the cacophony, vanished with invisibility, slipping past the thrashing limbs in pursuit of the retreating Tabaxi thief. Hezekiah summoned his wildlife spirit and hurled lightning in tandem, but it was Jasper, now far behind, who faced a battle of his different kind. Alone, frostbitten, and on the edge of unconsciousness, Jasper slumped down, knowing that death felt near. He pulled the deck of many things from his pack, whispering to himself about the cost they'd all paid for this relic. And with shaking hands, he drew a card. He drew the skull. And from the frozen ground beneath him, a black-robed, scythe-wielding spectre rose, silent, death incarnate, and it turned its hollow eyes toward Jasper. And so, as he stared him down, a duel that none could intervene in, for the hell would summon their own demise, Jasper stares down his fate.
For the rest of you, though, you are still in the midst of battle.
Yep. And he's behind a rock.
None of you know what's going on with him, obviously. He is completely out of view, as you say. The limbs of Shafe have re-emerged from the depths and have moved in to strike at you. They're now hovering in the air, poised, blades aimed at all of you. But you, Romok, you have managed to away from two of those as they have been destroyed, and you now stand by yourself on the rock.
Mm-hmm.
In front of you, obviously, you see all your comrades beset by these limbs, Shafe in the distance, walking away.
Sure. So, of all the body parts, where are the body parts on the map, and what what is kind of within my sight at the moment. You mentioned
So-
there was
Here by
okay,
Hezekiah,
it's these green ones. Okay.
the green ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an
gotcha.
arm. The torso is down here on Aldrin. It's actually lanced into his side, and the ribs seem to have drilled almost into his body, and was really holding on.
Mhm.
Just next to that, and next to Brother Keck, got an arm, and the head is over.
Okay. And how? Okay. That's about 10, 15 foot gap. Okay.
Hey,
I think
interrupting this. I just wanted to make sure we are recording this, right? Because this might be like the best episode that we have.
I'm hoping so.
Is it
I think
recording?
Ben said it was going over. I think.
Oh, awesome.
Hmm?
Ben's on it. Are you on the recording?
Yeah, it's recording. Record every session. Don't worry.
Marvelous. No, Arco was just checking. Okay. So, I think the first thing Romot will do in this chaos is once again, similar to how he did before, will just shout out, Jasper! Jasper! Has anyone seen Jasper? Because for all I know, he's under the ice. I don't know where he is right now. I think within my view, I'll look specific. Oh no, I won't be able to see Locke. Locke's invisible, correct?
Mm,
No, I don't think he is.
Is Locke still invisible?
I
I
don't.
don't believe you had him.
Yeah. No, I think that was ages ago, just so I could get in the counterspell range.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. No, that's fine. I didn't want to leave you out if I couldn't see you either. But if I can see you, then, you know.
I can breathe underwater, it's fine.
Okay. Excuse me. I'll look to Hezekiah with kind of pleading eyes, and again just rattle Jasper's name. The buzz that's emanating from the body pieces, is that from one specifically or all of them?
Roll a perception check.
Sure. Natural 20. Good way to start the night.
It sounds like it's definitely coming from the south here towards obviously the main torso. However, you do
Okay.
also pick up a little hum other areas as well. The nat 20, I'd say you definitely pick up. It's not just the
It's not
torso.
just that one. Okay. Okay, I... Okay, I would like to try and jump across the gap to the body part near Hezekiah.
Yep. Okay. So as you leap across, I will need you to do a dex save to see how well you land that.
Dex save coming up.
Yeah, if it's under 10, you're going to have a little slip.
It's a 13.
Yeah. So you do feel your feet losing grip slightly on the rock, but luckily you do manage to keep enough grip to leap across and land safe on the other side.
Cool, thank you. How does jump distance work exactly? What is my jump distance?
That's a great question.
I'm just trying to figure out where I can jump to and how much distance
I was
I've got
muted.
left.
If you back up 5 feet, take a 10-foot running running distance before you jump, then your long jump is your strength, which I think for you might be 18. I don't know if you want to round it, but like 20 feet, right? So you can cross 4 tiles or 3 with
Okay.
that.
I'm
If you take-
basically trying to get here in a sort of flanking position behind this thing.
Oh yeah. So if I was you, I would back up 5 feet, then just do the long jump, and
Yeah.
you will be right there.
Marvelous. Okay,
Yeah.
so setting up in a sort of flanking position. We're running kind of long jump distance equal to their strength score, which I think for me is 18. Yep, that's 18. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, let's say that's maximum 15 feet gap. I'm across. Okay, and I will take Astrofall and kind of like a baseball bat, just try and smack it out of range of Hezekiah.
Sure. Oh, okay. So you're not really going for like damage. You're trying to
Well, I'm
actually
going for
literally
damage,
chip
but I want to sort of drive the sword, and as a sort of, I want to cut it, but I want to almost like do damage, but also swipe it, kind of with. Yeah,
All
I
right,
want to move. I want to move it. I want to push it as much as I can.
No, that's fine. Gotcha. So roll to hit.
Okay. $27.
Oh, it's a great hit.
Okay. For 15 points of damage.
Okay. And
I
do
didn't
me
call it
a-
before. I should have called Great Weapon Master, but I'll leave that this round.
Well, you have another.
So say that again.
What was that?
You have another attack though, right?
I do, yeah. So on the second one, forgetting the first attack, I'd like to call Great Weapon Master on the second hit.
Okay.
So that's
Um,
15 on the first.
Yeah. But first, let me just roll a strength for me. Just a straight strength roll, and I'll
Straight
roll
strength.
one here as well.
Yep.
See how well you can push it.
It's only 7.
Which I beat with my 10. So it doesn't push
Okay.
it back far, I'm
No,
afraid.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'd like to take another attack at this. Is it an arm? Is it a leg? What piece is this?
This one
Doesn't
was
seem-
the armor.
Okay, I'd like to take another strike with it. Excuse me. So this one will be Great Weapon Master, so I'll deduct 5 from the roll for an extra
Yep.
10 damage, hopefully. That's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's this coming through, and then it's plus 10.
Okay. So you feel bring the swing in, blade just starts to rattle almost in your hand and hum, and you just feel it almost pulling your arm rather than you directing the blade. It is now pulling your arm. Perfect arc towards this floating green arm, and you watch as it just completely slices it in half, and the separate pieces just scatter to the sides, destroyed. And
Great.
as you've seen many times before now, these little blue flecks of energy just drifting off the blade.
Okay.
Just after that swing, you can just feel it, and it's odd. It's like it's rolling your arms a little bit, and you just feel it just pulling and just holding in the air slightly before you start to get the power back in your arms to be able to bring it back under your control.
Okay. Okay. I'll kind of, with that sensation, Romot will just sort of adjust his grip a little bit as though the blade is just feeling a little bit weightier.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be my turn. Although, well, just for flavour, I will be sort of wheeling around, just trying to scan the battlefield as much as possible, just trying to get an assessment of who is where, who's in need, and ultimately try and look for Jasper.
Okay, you definitely would have no way of spotting Jasper. So.
No.
Okay, brother. Okay.
Right, so if I remember right from last session, you made a point that the Tabaxi was focusing a lot on these pieces, like it was keeping her focus a bit more. I think there was a perception check or some kind of thing that was said. From this distance where Keck is, can he kind of see that with the Tabaxi as well?
She roll a perception check because I can't recall how we described it. So let's just roll a perception now.
Dirty
Yeah.
20.
So, what you observed earlier on, when all of the puppets were about, it seemed like they moved in a more simplistic fashion. They had simplistic attacks, whereas now these pieces seem to be moving in a much more focused way. It seems to have greater control over these two than it did over the people.
Okay. Okay, and so going from that, and Aldrin's got this armor attached to him from last session, I think.
Yep. I mean, you can, because you're right next to him, you can see that the rib cage also has essentially exploded open, and the ribs have delved into the side of him. You can see like blood running down his side, his wounds.
So, what I shall do is clocking that Twin and Locke are in range as well. I'm going to do a second level bless so that it's on me, Aldrin, Lachlan, and Twin. It's upscaled for the extra person. So we've all got bless now, so there's an extra d4 on any attack and saving throws. And just gonna kind of call out, ignore these things. Go for her. Ignore the puppet. Go for the master. And for my bonus action, I'm probably just gonna burn one of my divine powers to get back that level 2 slot straight away. Because there's not a lot else I can do at the moment because the weapon ain't gonna make it there in time. So, yeah, that's me.
Over to you, Twin. You've just avoided the skull as it came out, the blade sticking out from its open mouth.
Yeah.
It's now hovering over you, the blade now pointing down directly at you.
Is it within reach of me?
Yes.
Okay. So as I feel this bless of power of Brother Keck now, I'm going to just try and lunge and swing with my sword to get it, as I've got both my swords still in hand, and hope I get better rolls of luck at attacking than I did last time.
Okay.
So
That one, unfortunately, does not hit.
even with the 1d4, definitely not.
No, I'm afraid not. 21 does hit. Okay.
9.
Yep.
Ugh. I'll say. Oh,
Still got your d4.
yeah, but still not.
Know what I'm going to ask you to do, though?
Yeah, really on it.
No, it's gonna fly off.
Okay. You swing wildly, and it almost feels like the blade's about to leave your hand, but it doesn't. You feel, should you have been fighting side by side with someone there, you most likely would have totally missed your target and hit whoever was fighting beside you. So luckily you're by yourself in this.
Okay.
But you can just feel the sort of shame in your
Yeah.
technique there. The head just moves in the air.
Just going to visibly
Saying,
show, like, I was going to say, visibly show how bad that was. That I'm going to hang my head and just completely take my gaze off the skull that's above me. I think that's me. That third attack.
Okay. Goes through to Aldrin, but before he goes for him, Seraphine is going to roll a legendary action here, and she's going to use an attack against the elemental next to her. So, and move similar to what she's done before. She's going to raise her hand directly into the chest of this element, and this blue energy is going to crackle on her fingers before lancing out towards it. Let's see. With an 18 to hit on the elemental.
Sorry, I was completely didn't realize it was me. It has 15, so AC, I think. Yeah, plus the level. I'm guessing I cast it at 4th. Do I do it at 5? Yeah, so 15 AC.
Okay. So.
Oh yeah, I've got it on the thing as well. I don't know.
It takes 16 points
Oh yeah, it's gone.
of light damage.
Unless it's immune. Nope. Nope. It's dead.
So from the distance you watch as she extends a hand towards it, and it just erupts into just a mist of vapor.
Oof.
Aldrin stands next to you, Kick. He drops his war axe and puts both hands down to hold on to the side of this torso of the roots, which is digging into his body, and he starts to try and force them off, and he's just and he's going to use all of his strength to do his best to pull it off him. With a 2, even with whatever he's got on him, he's not going to be able to beat. He is going to do an action surge and try again. So you watch as he strains for a minute. You see him start to pull these extended bits of metal out of his side, and then he loses, digging even harder, and he yelps out in pain. Leans down, grabs them again, and tries to force them open once more. And that was a bad.
He's got bless also.
Yeah, you watch as he starts to pull them open, and the jaws of it unleash. and it comes out his side, and there's just this gout of blood just sort of spurts out and goes down his side. And he just lets go of it, grabs his war axe, and gets ready to bring it down into the center of this torso. But that's all he can do for now. He turns his head towards you, Keck, and says, "Don't worry, I've got it." And he moves to start to swing down, but it is now Seraphine's go. Seraphine, having just removed the closest problem she had, she's going to turn back towards all of you, and you watch her hands are just outside, her fingers all splayed wide. "Oh, you little heroes, how you cling to hope like ice to the dying sun. But you see, we are not trinket thieves. We are architects of a new age." And you watch as her fingers gesture, twist, and all around you, the limbs of Shafe start to twitch and glow with energy. "Do you think this ends here? That you'd cornered your quarry? Yeah. This is but one act." And she's saying this, she's almost doing a half bow, her arm still completely out. "The council's true masterpiece awaits. Now, my brothers and sisters chase a whisper in the seas and cursed isle, where the waves remember what the world forgot. But you see, you'll never get that far." Witness the price of chasing shadows, and die knowing you stood in the path of inevitability. She pulls one of her hands back suddenly, and the head next to you, Twin, tears away from you and goes straight towards her. You have a chance for an attack if you want. Attack options.
Let's count.
It's a good one. Yep, it's a hit. Roll your damage.
Big numbers, big numbers, big numbers. Come on, roll. Why is it not rolling? Fine, I'll roll out a d20. It's an 8. Oh
Okay.
no, sorry, a 10 because I'm
10.
using one hand. Yeah, it's 10 because I got a sword in each hand, so one-handed.
You slice the entire bottom half of its jaw off. The blade breaks as you do, but the skull remains intact in general. Flies off towards Shafe. She turns her head as it approaches. "You fool. Time for you to reconstitute yourself." And you watch as she puts the skull into her back, into her bag on her back. Her other hand stretched out, she twists it fully till it's reaching up to the sky. And she looks at you all, light gleaming in her eyes for a moment. "Now, one last dance. Break." And there's a deep hum that resonates across the frozen lake. Mechanical and unnatural. Shafe's torso, which has just now been released from the dwarf, pulses as lines of glowing green energy seeping through the seams of the plating. All around you, the other scattered limbs that are still active twitch and glow, each joint and seam now blooming with bright green energy. And then
Sorry, did the sound just cut off?
with a deafening roar, the torso erupts in a burst of green light, scalding combustion. A spiraling column of flame mixed with ribbons of green tears through the ice. Waves of intense heat and shreds of burning metal pelt everything, and the air warps, and huge chunks of lake ice erupt into the sky. In rapid succession, each of Shafe's detached limbs then erupt. Not in sequence, but simultaneously, as if the battlefield itself cracks apart under invisible pressure. Green shockwaves ripple out in all directions, sending a concussive whoomp through the lungs of anyone too close. The surface of the lake splinters like glass. Whole slabs of ice heave and crack, some flipping into the air, others collapsing into the freezing waters below. The visibility now drops as steam and smoke billow upwards, tinged green and bitter with the stench of burning steel. So, that is going to be there. That's going to hit all three of you there. So, Locke, Aldrin, and Brother Keck are now about to take
I'm guessing there's no save.
oh, you will get a save as well, yeah. So you can roll a dexterity save. Beat a 16.
We've all got plus as well, don't forget.
Oh, my +4 doesn't matter.
I'm safe for a change.
Can we like even it out? Say the average.
So
It just goes into its shell.
29 points of damage
Oh wow!
as the drops.
What damage is it?
29 points. That's full. If you saved, you get half. It's only half of them.
Yeah, just what type of damage?
That is fire damage. Oh, it's also it's laced with arcane trickery as well.
I'm just checking if it's not poison. That's all.
It's not poison, no.
Okay.
It's an arcane fire, so it is fire damage. The arm in front of you, Keck, erupts in your face.
So it's half, is it 15 points though?
14.
Sorry, two people struck at once.
The half of the 29 damage is 14 damage. Oh, I was wondering, Woody. So, are the parts that reassemble or something the head, or I guess the currently existing parts at least? Is it just the head, the torso, and one arm?
No, it was just the torso and the arm. The head did not erupt, and you've destroyed the other limbs.
Oh, sorry. So, yeah, this one didn't interrupt. Then that's the head. Okay, sorry. I thought that was an arm for whatever reason, which explains my previous comment.
Now, unfortunately, this one right in front of you was a bit worse. 38 points of damage.
Do we have to save again? Well, I know I'm not in it, but
it will roll. I'll take it from the first one because this is all happening exactly the same time. So that's for you. You're not in this lock. You're just out of range, but this is more Aldrin, Brother Keck
Yeah.
right now.
Aldrin.
So that's minus 19 from that one then, because I saved. Christ
What
almighty.
did he roll per chance?
I'm now going to do.
33 points of damage. Wow.
You rolled a 3 on his.
Oh,
So he's definitely failed.
he's dead.
You, Locke, you take a blast of it initially. Your eyes fill with reds, oranges, and greens for a flash of a moment. Hezekiah and Romok, you look down and watch this exploding event happening, centered on Brother Keck and Aldrin. You watch as the body of Aldrin just seems to disintegrate as shreds of him just tear. How are you faring, Brother Keck?
That was a nice. What did I say? 19 and 14, so 20. 33 points of damage. Yeah, I'm probably looking pretty rough at this point.
So even though it's an explosion, Aldrin looks like intact enough that one might be able to revive him, all else considered.
Yeah. What you saw, he got shredded.
Shredded.
One
Shreds, you
of
say?
those, right, one of
So like
those
Terminator
attacks
2.
was almost all of his hit points. So, yeah, he's in
Okay.
pieces. However,
Okay.
you also notice that the entirety of the frozen lake around you is now broken, shattered, and it is just water. There are large
Uh-huh.
lumps of ice floating here and there, but now essentially
like literally the entirety, or like if I look over here or over here, it would look like the ice is shattered and there's no sound surface.
because of what she did first. You remember she smashed her fist into the ground and created cracks through everything.
Uh-huh.
She's been laying the groundwork to destroy this lake,
Okay.
the ice lake. So everywhere immediately around here, yes, is now essentially destroyed ice.
Okay, got it. So he is shredded, and bits of him are probably on Keck, and they're both starting to sink into the ice. Into the water? Is that correct?
Locke, Keck, and Aldrin now. Oh, and Twin now all underwater as they momentarily are plunged into the water. Roll a perception check, Romok and Hezekiah.
Perception.
Yep. Perception.
18.
This.
The chaos and carnage in front of you, the billowing smoke and steam now starting to subside. You can see in the distance the robed figure, her arms now at her sides. She seems to be standing upon a large slab of ice and just floating away towards the river, which leads down the mountain.
Is there an apparent distance over time that we could say about her floating? For example, distance over 6 seconds?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'd say she's moving. It's going to start off slow, but she will start to pick up speed. So she's going to initially be moving off at sort of You'll probably get about 20 foot in the first 6 seconds, and then it's going to start speeding up.
Uh-huh. Right. And while we can say that about her because we can see it happening right now, we might infer that that is also the rate of water flow for the people we currently understand to be underwater. Yep, indeed.
Is there
Okay.
anyone underwater at the moment?
Yeah,
Three.
Lachlan, Aldrin, who is dead, Keck, and Twin.
They've fallen in. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yes.
They've actually fallen in the ice.
There is no ice
Yeah.
anymore.
Apparently,
It's
all the ice,
like
even the stuff in the far west and the far north, all of that ice shattered. So everyone who was on ice is now in the water, which is now flowing at
Gotcha.
20
Thank you for
feet
the
per
clarification.
6 seconds, about.
Can I grab Aldrin before he gets taken by the current, seeing as I'm close to him?
You can grab shreds of him. Okay, hold on. Do you guys know that Futurama beam to shreds? You say, right? Like when he said he was shredded. That's just what I thought.
There's going to be a large chunk of him at least. He's not going to be 2 shreds, is he? He's not going to be like...
Roll, let's say dexterity. Roll dexterity. See how successful we are. Get over a. You're going to need to get over a thing, 'cause there's not much of him.
Just a straight dex. Natural 20.
You get a section of his body. You're not sure what it is at the moment. You feel some substantial, but it's not. It is essentially a chunk of him.
Right. It's not really a chunk I can use it to anything with then, I'm guessing.
Can regrow him. Clone him.
Don't have your potion anymore, Locke. Could have regrown
That
one
was-
part.
That was one bit. I think it is a bit past that.
First up, Locke. What do you want to do?
How far am I underwater, or am I just swimming at the surface?
You would have just fallen through the ice, so you're near the surface.
Well, I will swim up,
Mhm.
and I will try and swim ashore.
Okay.
But doable?
What's your movement speed?
25, but I'm an adept swimmer.
You don't have any unique ability to swim, do you, Lachlan?
I mean, I can shape the water, so I guess I can like push myself with it effectively.
Yeah, right. Because otherwise, you just have the 10 feet. So if you're able to shape the water, like because there's also a height to the hill, right? It's 15 feet. Like so, if you were able to shape the water to push yourself up at the same time as it's pushing you forward, or maybe just up, so that you were able to move like 10 feet in a row and then jump the 15 feet. If like, I think that's what you need to do to get on the island Romak Nairon.
I mean, there are also large chunks of ice around you. You can try and get onto one of those instead of the rock if you prefer.
Yeah, I'll just like Titanic it and just find a chunk of ice. Or well, I know it's a bit wood, but you know what I mean.
You'll. There's enough around at the moment. They're kind of everywhere.
Cool. Well, I will try to get on and then try and just jump from ice to ice, I guess, until I get to actual rock. You can say where I am. Feel free to move me.
Well, let's roll a.
But I will
let's
also
roll-
use my shape water to, you know, if the current's too strong, stop the current, or boost me.
Roll a d8.
Yeah, okay.
Just determine the direction.
See. Oh, the wrong direction.
You are going to find on a lump of ice here.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll look around for the others, and I will just wait until I see someone and try and help them next turn.
Close to you, you'll be able to see that Keck is near to you.
Is he a turtle or a tortoise? Does he have fins?
It says nothing about swim speed, other than only just
No,
hold my breath.
I think it is turtle, right? So you are tortoise, not turtle. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you know, Americans call both turtles and tortoises just turtles overall. Really confusing when I first moved here.
Yeah, turtles are water.
Yeah. Tortoises are the ones who are like have stumpy legs and live on land. Turtles are the ones with flippers who live in the sea. But here they call them both turtles.
Yeah,
Well-
that'll be my turn. I don't
Okay.
think I've got any bonuses.
I mean, like I say, see that Keck is very close to you at the moment. So if there's
Yeah, I'll
anything you
just
want
reach out a hand to maybe help.
Okay, we'll see if he's able to take up that as an aid on when he gets his go. Hezekiah.
All right, I'm so glad I saved a wild shape for this. So the giant toad is a creature that lives in the forest, which is one of the environments we previously said I could live in, and it's a CR1, and it has swimming. So I'm going to be turning into a giant toad in order to rescue people who may or may not be drowning otherwise. But before I do that, I want my wildfire spirit to has Seraphim actually moved in the time we've been talking? I mean, I can have the wildfire spirit who levitates, by the way, so is probably not affected by any of this ice disintegrating stuff. Move in order to attack them, but would I need to? Like, they're 60 feet away right now, which is my range.
She's still there at the moment. She's drifting away.
Okay. Great. Okay. So here's a flame seed attack from that guy. 14. I guess that doesn't hit.
14 for her. No.
Okay.
The flame seed just shoots across over her head. You can see that she looks up as it goes past, and sort of looks over her shoulder towards you, shakes her head, and then looks back in the direction where she's floating.
Nice. Okay. I use my 30 feet of hover speed to move to there for the flame spirit. Now for me. All right, here goes. I am transforming into a. Oh, so go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, there's your toad.
Oh yeah. Okay.
A new toad.
Yes, I am definitely giant. Oh, wait, hold on. I was here before, right? Yes. Now I'm a giant toad. Now this one has a good leap thing. The toad's long jump is 20 feet. Is up to 20 feet, and its high jump is up to 10 feet, with or without a running start. Okay, I guess it only matters if you don't have a running start. Okay, so its overall movement is 20 feet, but 40 feet swim speed. Could I retract this a little bit of saying that I would run up here in my elf form before I actually jump? Before I actually go to the water? Okay, yeah. So, okay, hold on. I was here, right? So that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 of my 35 elf speed. Then I turn into the toad. Okay, I actually don't know the rules on this. When you turn into another creature using an action, do you have a full speed for movement, or do you only have minus whatever you used?
No, it's the distance you're traveling over that 6 seconds time, and so you've already used the majority of that 6 seconds getting there. I would say.
Yeah. So I figured that if I used 25 feet of the elf speed, and I turned into a toad who has a 20-foot regular speed and a 40-foot swim speed, I'm just out of movement. Is that right? That sounds right.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do your jump. I think I'll allow that. As this is
Okay.
a dire situation. Let you use a kind
Okay.
of a heroic action to burst forward
Right.
beyond your boundaries for a second.
All right. So 20 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. This is where the toad's at. Did that happen to land on an island of ice, or am I in the water? I mean, it's fine because I'm amphibious and I can breathe underwater as well.
Roll a d20. If you get 11 or more, you're on a bit of ice.
Yeah.
Very
Good to know. Which is fine because I am amphibious.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that's all my turn.
Submerged in the water amongst your friends and random dwarf parts. Next up, Romok.
Having just watched Hezekiah change form into a toad and leave, I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, you did see a lot of other people kind of submerge into the ice, at least a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit. Some of them kind of get onto
Big
ice, right?
explosion.
So,
Yeah,
so Hezekiah's movements probably sound pretty immediately obvious in your imagination.
For sure. But Romok is panicking. He doesn't know what to do. He's just broken out of this massive wooden hippo. He's still, he's restoring to life, but he doesn't know what to do. He's up close and personal, right? He's melee. He's get close and smack it. He's worrying. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know what to do. So I think, as much as I can, I'll come to the edge of the cliff, and I will just try and be ready to help as much as possible. And it's a 15-foot drop, but I'll just call out to Locke, say, swim closer, and I'll try and pull you out. And I think I've still got the rope, or did that get left behind last time I lassoed it out to help someone?
When was that?
It was last session. I think I threw it.
Yeah,
to
you
Keck.
did throw a rope out. Yeah. So how would that have worked out overall? Like, Gek would have been pulled up to ice, but like the two ends of the rope would still be in between the two of them. So if you still had one end of the rope, I wonder if you'd be able to, kind of like whip it in the direction of Lachlan.
So my opinion is, if you were trying to lasso something, you would have held onto that rope. So
Yeah,
that would still be in your hand, and you've leapt across with it in your hand, so you will be
that's
able
okay then.
to use it. If you want.
That's fine. I didn't want to kind of break the narrative or be a bit too meta. But if you're happy with me keeping the rope, then I will throw the rope towards Locke.
You throw the rope towards Locke. Roll a deck.
Dex. Oof, 18.
The rope lands right across the ice you're on.
Locke! Grab hold! Quickly!
So, well, where does I go?
Obviously, you're trying to help out Brother Keck as well at the moment. Your hand is in.
Yeah, I think I'll see this interaction and it just kind of acts as a bit of an anchor. Just once Locke gets, Keck, I'll just try and steady the pair of them. If I can anchor Locke and he can anchor Keck, maybe I'll have both of them.
Perfect. Over to you then, Brother Keck. You are going to feel the water is pulling you in a direction. So there are, as with Locke, there are several blocks of ice around. If you want to climb on one of those, or you can try and swim in any direction.
So if I can see Lachlan kind of reaching his hand out and gesturing towards that way. I'm probably going to try and make my way towards Lachlan as best I can while holding on to as much of Aldrin as I can.
What's your movement speed?
30.
Okay, so you're going to feel you're kind of staying very, very much the same sort of place. Just about move yourself close enough. You can just feel Locke's hand, and you grasp hold of it. But it was a struggle for you against the water. You hold on to his hand, and Locke, you're able to, because you said you wanted to do it, you're able to help pull him up onto the ice.
Get up.
So you two are going safe on block of together.
And the chunk of Aldrin as well.
Of course.
Yeah. Need to see how much of that.
You look down. You look down, and you can see it is a section of the side of his. Who's gone there? It's a section of the side of his head, so it's got a bit of his ear and his hair.
Oh.
So it's just a section of his head, so it's just ear and hair.
Yes.
Okay, probably realising that, I think is there any jewellery in the ear?
Is there any jewelry in the ear?
Or any kind of like significant thing attached to any of this chunk?
Let me. He had lots of beads and golden links in his beard. Hair was pulled up, essentially a top knot. It's not the section you've got here. The ear doesn't seem to have any piercings. Yeah, not the piece you've got. It doesn't seem to have those elements.
Okay, well, probably kind of realising what we've got then, I'll probably just let this part of him just go back into the water with the rest of him. We got other things. It would have been nice to have had something to have taken back to give back, but I don't think they really want a bit of gnarly ear and hair.
A bit of his hair.
Did you only find the ear, or did you find kind of like the whole head when you were grabbing at it?
No, it's just a chunk of a side piece of his head, a bit of hair and a bit of ear.
Ah, okay. Nothing. I mean, it's better than nothing. So. Yeesh.
I was hoping for the head at least, maybe a bit of torso. You know, I've got to speak with Dad, but never mind.
You can talk the ear off him.
Speak with Dad, but you can't answer back. Just hear us and just keep talking to him.
Hope
As long as we don't ask 5 questions, you just got to deal with that for all eternity.
you're good, buddy.
Sorry, I don't think there's much else I can do other than help Lachlan now to get hold of that rope.
Yep.
And steady ourselves.
Twin. Water you can feel is pulling against you. You're heading down south. What do you want to do?
Just try and get out as fast as possible. I do not like being in the water.
You try and get onto a nice lump of rock here, a slab of ice. Roll. I did before. Was it a D? Roll a dex to get on this ice. Oh no, actually, we didn't do that, did we? We did direction. That's what it was. There's no issues. Yeah, you're able to get on a. Right, you're going to be sort of around here. By the time you
Okay.
come up. You pull yourself out. You're freezing cold, soaking wet.
As I get out of the water, am I able, as I'm closer to Seraphim, take a pop shot at her with my bow?
Sure can.
Yeah. So they get out and notice that Seraphim's a lot closer than before. I'm going to take a pop shot at her, but I'm going to use where is it? Let's feature fighting spirit give me advantage. That gives me 5 temporary hit points. Five. And then advantage, okay, crit. So 18.
Yeah, it's oh, 4 points.
I'm getting crap rolls tonight.
You watch the arrow sinks in to the center of her back. You watch as she shudders as the impact and drops to her knees. Her head drops. Her hand comes up as she seems to grip hold of the arrow. And shaking, she looks over her shoulder in your direction. She just starts to slowly pull the arrow out. Drops it weakly onto the ice next to her. She stays sort of with one knee down. She doesn't look good. She looks like she was very, very, very fucking close to being taken out then.
Would I use my second attack action? After getting out?
No, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You would have had to use a lot of effort to get yourself out onto that ice in the first place.
Fuck, I've already used action surge. Bastard. That's...
Well, but that would have been an action, though, right? It's just the second attack in the same action. Would you say like he used up half an action trying to get up there?
I'd say it was an action to get up onto the ice.
Okay.
Have I got anything? Have I got anything?
Got anything at all.
I've got nothing that'll give me an extra bow throw. Nothing. No, so that'll be me. So my final, after my utter shocking attempt to hitting the head the last round, I just used that bow to get the noticing I've visibly damaged her has boosted my my confidence a little bit more.
So as she sort of pivots to look at you, you can see just gripped to her stomach, holding this wound the arrow was. You see through gritted teeth, blood running down the sides of it. You pathetic. Die! She's going to raise her hand at you. Should, oh, that's really good. It's a terrible roll. 11 to hit.
Misses.
No. You watch as the crackle of blue energy sort of sparks and flickers on her fingers for a moment. She reaches in your direction, and the bolt of lightning jets out across, just splashing into the water next to you. You watch as you can see she's heavily breathing, her shoulders just heaving up and down. I'll see you again. And she continues to float away. Lock.
How far away is she?
From you,
Yes.
65 foot.
Okay. I'm going to use a third level tidal wave and channel the water beneath me and just launch one last desperate attempt.
Okay.
So she's got to make a deck save.
Dex.
Can you make the tidal wave push her towards us, or only away from you?
I mean it can, but it just kind of knocks people prone, so it doesn't really push anyone.
Oh. But it knocks people prone. Is that right?
Sorry?
If they're on land. Or does tidal wave knock people prone if they're on land? I thought it did.
She rolled an 11. 11.
Oh, she fails. So 48 is good.
Okay. You watch as you send all of your energy into this last moment's attack. You channel all your power, feel the pull of the water, and you control it, bringing it to a rise to a point and thrust it forward, surging. You watch as she's kneeling on the ice, spitting blood running down her cheeks, her lips. Her eyes widen for a moment as this water careens at her. She raises her hands and lets out a last yelp before she disappears into the water. She is gone from the ice. She has disappeared.
Okay, without like a second thought, like that's gone now. You know, whatever's happened. I'm gonna turn around and get ready to grab the rope. Self-preservation has kicked in, and team has kicked in now. Now that I've got what I wanted, maybe.
Nice we had the body though.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my turn. I guess I'll be ready to grab the rope, because I'm guessing that'll be an action.
Kaya.
All right. So with 40 feet of swimming movement as a giant toad, I could get right here because right off the bat, it seems to me that all the people who are not shredded are above water. Maybe because I would imagine the giant toad is underwater once it, jumps into the water, that it saw the tidal wave maybe a bit underground, but definitely her falling into the water a little bit later, right? So I would at least.
I would say, yeah. You're in the water. You're trying to find anyone who's down there. You're being observant of everything that's going around. So yes, I would
Right.
say you.
So, yeah, with my regular movement, I would get to here, and from here, which is 20 feet away from her position, would I see what looks like a limp, unconscious body going into the water, or would I see a active person in the water?
Roll perception check.
So my question is, obviously there's a natural current which has been moving her 20 foot every turn. Would that not give him a boost as well?
With as well.
It seems like no one has moved with the current so far, though.
She was on ice and she was moving with the current.
Everyone else climbed out onto slabs of ice. They are drifting, and they are slowly to start with, but it will pick up.
Okay. Okay, I only rolled a 3 on my perception check.
You can't tell the state of her. You can see that there was some sort of figure which came into the water ahead of you.
Okay.
You're not sure.
I feel like I would want to use my action then to dash and to move even further. Okay, so this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 of my 40 swimming speed I would use to get up to right beneath the block of ice, which might have been destroyed by the tidal wave, as to where she is. Do I see her right around here?
You do. Yeah. She's just there. Her body looks completely limp. Her arms outstretched, her legs outstretched, her head slightly back, mouth open, eyes open.
Okay.
And you
Given
see,
how it's
the water is red around her.
Okay. So the toad has a swallow type of attack. Now the downside is it causes acid damage to the person who is swallowed. But let's say I don't know if this would involve the bite type of attack. I'm just posting the both of them now. But if I could try to grab her in my mouth non-damagingly and then try to move back, would that be possible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Downside.
Okay. You don't need to worry about trying to hit her. She's not doing anything. So there's no
Okay.
resistance. You're able to just grab a hold of the body.
Okay. Right. So I have moved back 20 feet and I have the body in my mouth.
Yep. Moving on. Yep. Rum.
I'm just going to use my strength to pull Locke and Keck towards shore. Just hand over hand, just hauling them towards me, out of the water.
You start to bring them in, no problem. They will move right up to here.
Cool.
Was there anything else you were doing?
Just trying to secure them onto the rock. Just if they are climbing up, I'm assuming, just hold out a hand and just try and bring them up. And I don't know how much of the battlefield I will have seen in terms of. I probably would have seen Locke cast, tidal wave towards Seraphine, but I think my focus was very much on these two and trying to get them out of the water.
Okay. So I would say You can use one action to pull them into you. You can use another action if you want to try and pull one of them up, or actually, they're 50 or 15 foot up, so you can still hoist them up on the rope if you want, up on top of the rock.
Yeah, I'd like to get one, if not both, of them onto the rock. Please.
I will just let that happen. Okay.
Okay. Cool. As I don't topple back, I'll kind of try and keep my weight as much as possible as you can on an icy rock. But yeah, I'll pull Keck up and then reach your hand down for Locke to try and haul them back.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
I'd say they both came up with that.
And I think as I do, I'll just look around and just just say to them questioningly, Aldrin?
I'll say we don't need to worry about the turn order now as well.
Yeah, you'll probably see kind of Keck giving a
Do we not
look
need to worry?
down and a head shake.
Okay. I think you'll see in Romak's eyes just a deep sense of panic. Jasper!
Yeah,
Where
after
is-
Hezekiah gets back to land, like this island with Seraphim in her mouth, and he lets her out and then transforms back, he would then be obviously doing a head count, right? And Jasper's missing. So where's Jasper?
And his twin doing his hopping from stone to stone, I'm guessing.
You are also travelling with the river at the moment, so you're having to beat a flow speed of 20 foot. So you're only going to do 10 foot each.
Okay.
Assuming you've got
I've got a 40-foot walking speed.
Oh, you can get a little bit further then. Yeah. So you'll be able to prance forward slab of ice by slab of ice about 20 foot ago. So, but we're out of turn order now anyway, like I said. So we'll eventually make your way back to the rock.
Okay.
So what are you doing, guys?
Oh, where's Jasper? Oh,
If I got back there and sat her out and transformed back, so the two things at the top of my mind: head count about the six of us, and also check the condition she's in. Is she not breathing anymore, or what?
Roll a medicine check.
Yep.
I will also take this time to inform you all that me and Jasper had a separate session, and we
I
have
knew
an
it.
Oh,
Oh no!
we cut now to the video footage. Our reporter is
There.
live on the scene.
There is a video. There is a video,
Oh,
and
it's a goodbye video.
whenever you want, it will be available to you after this game. I have edited it down a little bit. It will be a long play, I'm afraid. It's about 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Times 2 speed.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
So I got a
Oh.
24 in my check on her.
At 24 medicine, she seems to be dead.
Excellent.
All right. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Okay.
Observing this, obviously I am back to elf form, by the way, no longer a frog, in case anyone's confused. My second thought, I say to everyone, she is certainly dead. Lachlan, thank you. I think you have done it for us. We only need to find. Did Jasper fall under the waves? Could he be lost down there?
I don't know. Last I saw him, he was up in that direction, and I will point north because I do remember being near him.
Also, point out like everyone at this point, apart from Hezekiah and Romok, is freezing.
I removed the water from my clothes with magic.
Right. Okay. Hezekiah will spurt onto the ground with a cantrip, produce flame. There is now a fire right here that is everlasting, or hold on, let me check how this works exactly. Well, it doesn't say it's everlasting, but it also doesn't say how long it lasts. It's a cantrip, right? So it
Yeah, you just keep
seemingly
doing it, basically.
exists for some time, and I tell all of you, huddle, all of you who fell into the water, huddle while you can. I only got a little bit of the water on me because of my amphibian skin. It moderated my temperature such that my current temperature is fine. But Robot, you and I, we need to fight him, Jasper. He's the only one who is not accounted for.
We need to find him, and we need to find him now.
Yes. Come, let's take a running leap towards this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't want to
Right.
skip to the end, but I need to.
5 out of 10 more feet left. Is this a good enough position, Woody? Like, it's on the island?
1 second. Sorry, say that again for me. I'm just typing something.
Sure. I just move my flaming spirit, which is doing nothing else at the moment, up to represent the fire that I just created with produce flame, so everyone else can huddle around it. Meanwhile, I am just moved northwest 25 feet as a running distance, and then attempted to jump 10 feet northwest, so I'm right where Hezekiah's icon is right now, right here.
Roll a deck save and see if you can learn that.
Okay.
Yeah. Something is just forcing you forward, and you don't let yourself sink.
Nice. From my current position, I would imagine I still can't see Jasper, though, right? Because like the peak on the hill to the west of us is too high. Or is it not too high because it's only 5 feet?
You're unable to see him at the moment.
Okay.
You're also quite far away.
While they're doing that, while I'm huddled by the fire, I'm going to start doing a ritual spell on Seraphine called Gentle Repose.
Ooh. That's a... I mean, we'd have to start that straight away, surely.
I can start it now, it delays everything by 10 days. So I have up to 10 days to do Speak with Dead, but this extends it to 20 days, but also it means she can't be brought back in the next 10 days for any means.
Oh, that's why you're doing it, I see.
Yes.
I think while Keck's going on with his ritual, I'll shout across to Hezekiah in kind of half anxiety, half panic. Just go, do your animal thing. Turn into a bird or something. Just find him.
Can I, even though I'm standing next to the fire, I'm gonna cast like the spectral form of my book, and because I can kind of like see through it, I'm just gonna fly it kind of up and kind of up into that direction, this way.
Yeah. How far can you go?
Go ahead, Lachlan.
Oh, words. I can do it 60 feet from me, and then I can move it 30 feet a turn. so it moves 30 feet for 6 seconds, right?
So 60 foot from you. It's pretty far.
Yeah.
The book appears there, and then you want to move it forward to this area.
Well, I just like kind of push it up, but yeah, because I'm not too sure. But yes, towards.
Okay, where exactly do you want your book to be when you finish?
Yeah, just. Well, I'll keep moving it until I find something, basically.
So
in this.
show me your travel.
So here, but up, Pythagoras theorem, and then I'll just keep going, behind the rocks and see if I see anything. Kind of like a eagle.
And it goes about 30 foot, did you say?
Yeah, I can do it up to 300 feet away. So, yeah.
So about there you want it to be?
Sure.
Pretty much over this body here. So looking at that, you would be able to see over here again. Jasper, when this book materializes and travels over and looks down in the area here, what would they see at this moment?
I would. I'd be on my knees. I'd be very, very blue. Yeah, not a lot of movement. A bit stiff.
I will
Red's
just
down on the
shout
ground
out.
next to me.
Oh, I'll shout out. He's over there by my book. Go help him. Oh no.
I think, where is the book?
Book's here.
I think Romok will throw caution to the wind and leap across onto the other rock. And just take off towards, very conscious of the cracks in the ice. But as, I don't know, as deftly as he can, conscious that this is Romok we're talking about, will just forget himself. Any fear that there's been about stepping onto the ice. He's just going on the ice and he's making his way over to where Locke's book is. Do you want me to do anything for that, Woody?
Roll a dex save.
Sure. If he falls in the water now.
Ben's even more.
7.
No, just.
I had 10 fate.
Just go shake him.
You get your +3 for your aura, don't you? Or is that included in that +4?
It's on saves as well, isn't it?
It's a save, yeah.
So you would get it.
Excellent.
So add that to your roll.
The D4, did you say?
Yeah. Just get a 3 or a 4 and you won't fall in the water.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God. The dice gods are on my side.
Halfway across, you suddenly panic and think you're not going to make it. But luckily, somehow, you manage to land yourself on top of this rock.
Shantae's blessing.
Just. You're on the very edge of it before slipping back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Romok will kind of look at the book as though the book can point towards where Jasper is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're there, you can see it, right? If not, the book will fly just towards the stiff little man.
Yeah, I'll move towards where his body is.
And you see him down on the very edge of the rock. There's a little bit of ice just remaining, and he's just slumped there. He doesn't look. He doesn't look the same as you last saw him. As you move to him, you can see there is a large wound across his chest. You can see as his fur hat has fallen, his hair is stark white on one side. His face wrinkled and gaunt. All on one side, on his right cheek, his right eye, and the right part of his hair, all white. His lips are blue. He's not moving a great deal.
Jasper? And I'll try to sort of shuffle my way down. And I'll just try and get as close to him as I can. And I just place my hand on his chest, under his nose, around his mouth, just to check for any signs of life.
Dashing. Could Hezekiah follow Robok's leap to end up beside him after he sees Robok having actually found Jasper's body?
You can all. We're not in a turn combat now, so you can all make your way there. So
I just shout, "Here! He's here!"
Oh my God! Is he still breathing? And I do a medicine check on Jasper
I'm
to
trying to find
confirm
any signs of life. I have my hand on his chest. I'm trying to see if it's rising or falling. I'm checking for any breath. I'm in sort of shock, but pragmatism.
he is breathing.
Help him!
He is alive.
He's alive!
He is not in a good way. It seems, as well as whatever has happened to him over here, the effects of the cold are really pulling on him.
Okay. Hezekiah casts down a produce flame just beside us. So, I mean, the flame is still there where it used to be, but now it's also here. And let's say if we could move Jasper to where this thing was, just directly beside the flame.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I think the old flame goes away, right? Yeah, because I can't have the produce flame before the run flame.
I'm cold again.
yeah.
But I will see
Screams out,
the.
Come all! We found Jasper. He seems to have been chilled deeply, much longer than any of you. We had forgotten about him, but he has been warned. We should all come here to this fire.
I'm going to start running over to try and get back to the flame to stay warm.
We keep running to stay warm.
Yep.
Works two ways.
Can't move for 10 minutes, so
Yeah, I'll stay with Brother Keck, and I'll wrap him in a blanket.
can you not use your shape water to get the water off me?
Yes,
My
I will also
relationship
do
with
that.
Shantae has been fractured at best, but at this time I will beg and plead and pray.
I will also tell Keck what's happening. I'll basically narrate it to him.
I go to Robok, see him praying, and I say, "Come, Robok, let us pray together. May together our beseechment work better." And instead of in Druidic, I say in Common this time, one of the prayers I've said before, which is, "O spirits of heaven and earth, those who conduct with their fiery words and their fiery thoughts the soul of one who is living, as fire as it is, to the next realm. May you return the fire to the wood. May the ash be returned to the stem for which it was taken. May this one be returned as it is. May the fire be once again rekindled in the flesh, in the wood which has been seen to go stagnant."
How do you react at this moment, Jasper? How might they view you?
So being put near the fire, my body sort of instinctively sort of tries to draw towards it a bit. I'm still pretty much out of it, and not waking up properly anytime soon. But sort of, if you listen carefully, you'll just hear a few words, like just sort of whispered breaths. So then, death is pushed over, and it's a little laugh. And so I just like fall back into my state of almost unconsciousness.
No one's going to believe you.
Ostrix, all we know is
As you're all
stay over
standing there,
cold.
you will notice Romok, Hezekiah, and Locke, because you're right there. The deck of cards is sitting on the ice next to him.
Grab it. Give one to me.
Like, was it sitting over here? Or, like, yeah, assuming we pulled him to about here, would the death card be sitting out here on the ice?
When you got him, the cards were laying right next to him.
Okay. I don't know, Robok, maybe between you and I, we missed the cards the first time, just focusing on Jasper, or what do you think? We picked up the cards?
Let's get them.
Okay. As Robok tells Hezekiah to do so, Hezekiah reaches down the 5-foot cliff or ledge to pick up the cards which were beside Jasper at the time. And he sees, I would imagine, the... sorry, what is the card? Was it the skull, I think? That got Jasper? Yeah.
You do not see that card. You don't see the card. You can see that. You can see that the pack of cards is open, but you don't see any card that's been taken out.
I see. Okay. I shout back to Robot. "Oh dear! It seems he had opened the cards. He has dealt with fate. Here, I'm picking the rest of them up, but the pack has been opened. Fate has been unleashed." I say as I hand the rest of the cards to Robot.
I think I hold them in my hands, feeling that kind of surge, the weight of them. Go, why would he? What has he done?
Is this about when we might notice him moving?
You'll see him starting to move, yeah.
Can we pull him up onto the rock? Off the ice.
Well, I think he's over here right now, right? Like just warming beside the fire, the produced flame fire that I just made. So, like,
there you go.
Oh, thank you.
See, it moved. We'd be like, Jasper, Jasper, you're alive. You're awake. You can move. But what have you done? Have you? That's all I say.
What are these cards, Jasper?
Get no response from Jasper. He's just trying to draw himself into the fire a bit more instinctively.
Rest,
Oh,
my friend.
Yes. Let us not stress him out. He's still barely on the cusp of recovery. Let us just give him access to the fire. Keep him warm. All of you, if you have blankets, or well, Robok, you and I, we're not cold yet. We have not yet been dunked in the water. We have our blankets. Let us throw them on him.
Pulling his cloak off, and just wraps it around Jasper's shoulders.
Hezekiah uses the depression quality blanket he got after Hart left at that store and throws that on Jasper as well.
Which one of you is holding the cards as well, by the way?
Romok.
I just give it to Robok.
This is the first time you've actually held them because Jasper kept a good
You've
hold
been
of.
very protective of them.
Yes.
As soon as you start to contemplate them in your hand, you can feel you can just feel there is something extremely powerful about this item. It just exudes potential. That's the impression you get.
Romok's inquisitive, and he's not the brightest.
No, don't do it.
Oh,
Not while he's down.
Well, he's not the brightest, but he is, a little bit wise, I would want to say, right? Like, he's heard a lot of Hezekiah's stuff.
I think Romok will turn the deck over in his hands and just inspect the outside of the box and feel the power that's contained in his hands. And his interest will be piqued.
As you turn it in hand, it's no longer in its wooden box, of course. It's
It's
cards.
just a deck. It's just a pack of cards, right?
It's like a leather pouch it's in.
Okay.
But you can see there's these so tiny, intricate little details all etched throughout it, and just covers it all. So when you turn it in the light, the light catches it every now and again, and it sort of plays across it like a little shimmer of light across these etchings. Look almost illustrative, but also runic. Like I say,
Can I determine any of the runes on here?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Orc.
Is there any chance that Hezekiah could see Robot doing this? Like turning the cards over, I mean?
I mean, this is all going to be happening quite quickly, but I mean, yeah, I'd say roll a perception check.
Sure.
Can I do one too? As I am merely spectating.
Hezekiah's perception check right here, back in Elthorn. 21.
Locke, you don't pick it up. Hezekiah, you do pick up that he's looking at the cards.
Okay. I see that, and I say to Robok, each one of us was born to die. No one knows what all will fall before us in a lifetime. Men have been led mad over time by trying to read the future. There is nothing in our future that is so bad that we must try to subvert the forces of heaven and earth in order to know what lies before us.
The light of the cards as it flickers across the case, the pouch, is reflected in Romok's eyes. And for a beat, and just a beat longer than is maybe completely necessary, he regards the form of these cards.
And you can't understand the runes on them as well, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And I place them into my pack at my side. And I go and I put my hand on Jasper's shoulder and I just try and rub him warm. I thought we'd lost you.
He remains still and quiet. You can see him just shivering as he huddles as close to the fire as he can.
Can I... Hold on, let me just check how much I've got left. Can I cast... Oh yeah, full pool. Can I cast Lay on Hands?
You can do. Also, at the same time, Jasper, can you please roll a wisdom save?
Yep.
DC 13.
And the gun's just had to reload itself. Wisdom save. I haven't got 0. Yes.
So obviously, Lachlan's relaying everything's going on to Keck.
Yeah.
Are you able to talk through the book, or are you just seeing? I can't remember. Just
No,
seeing.
I can only see. Well, I can cast spells for it, so I guess I can just message from the book, right? So I mean, I can talk through it.
It's rolled 3 times, but my first one was 14.
So
14, you're okay for now. Yep.
with these cards, does Lachlan know much about them at this point, or has Jasper kept them very quiet?
I probably
You are all aware that it is an item that you took from the basement.
Keck isn't.
You would. Keck, everyone else is going to be aware of this item that you withheld from Zanet.
We did try to open them once when we were back in Greyhaven.
Yeah, I had a look at them before, and I got told off.
But then you probably all heard, because obviously they were chasing them for us, and Cole was after. Well, Cole Zanet was after us.
I think kind of.
And we got them unlocked by the Time Mage.
I think kind of with what's going on, Keck could be kind of like, if Hezekiah can't do anything for him, can like bring him back here. Let's all kind of like get back together. By the time you guys just have Jasper back, I should be done with this ritual. It's only a 10-minute ritual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will say that. I'll say that. I'll message. I'll say, if he needs any help, bring him to Keck. Keck can heal him.
Sorry, are you saying that with a message or just like physically out loud? Because you're not that far away from us at the moment, right?
I'm just messaging from the book.
Uh,
90 foot. I'm not raising my voice. Not for that. Come on. He's not dead.
okay.
Dying anymore, so.
Upon hearing this, Hezekiah turns around to look for where Brother Keck is, and I assume. Well, actually, hold on. He's on a far higher mound than I am, right? So, could I even see Keck and what he's doing at the moment?
You know where we are. You just came from us, right?
I mean, that's where I would assume Keck is, but like just based on the altitude, could I even see Keck from 5 feet up? Like, could I see him 2 islands over? Like,
Probably not. We're 15 foot up and on a third island over. It's still this is flat Earth at the moment, isn't it? It's not flat. It's a curve. So we're probably.
I don't think it's going that much.
I think it would
we're not that far. Jesus, we're not on the horizon.
I don't know. It's only 5 foot difference.
oh, okay. At the very least, maybe if Hezekiah doesn't see Keck immediately, he just shouts out, "Jasper is breathing. He needs warmth, but he is recovering."
Okay. I will relay that back to Brother Keck and say they're going to stay there.
It's just a case of we need.
And incidentally, while Jasper is recovering, could I do like a cure wounds on him?
Okay.
Could I do like a cure wounds on Jasper while he seems to be breathing and like barely able to speak, but overall kind of recovering? Could I do a cure wounds on him?
I assume my mic must be cutting out or something, but yeah, you certainly can, yeah.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Let me get that. Okay, 7 healing for Jasper.
What are you trying to heal on him at the moment then? Because he's got this large
Okay,
wound.
so if I sorry, could you say that again? The large wound where?
So he's got a large wound across his chest, and it's sort of diagonal across, and he's also like the right side of his face, right or left. Well, one side of his face is all very different.
Okay, based on my medicinal understanding, I understand that a wound to the chest might affect the blood flow to the brain. And while I understand that coldness of the brain could matter a lot, I try to focus on inspiring the warmth of the spirit of life into him, into his chest, to cause his cells to regrow in his chest, and hope that gets enough blood to his brain to keep going.
So you're trying to heal him, and heal him his entire body, but obviously with a focus also on this area. And you do so. You heal him, and you can feel that he is recovering. However, the wound on his chest doesn't seem to heal.
Does the wound on his chest show anything that might be recognizable as like a necrotic permanent wound?
Roll. What would it be?
Religion or medicine, I would imagine.
Arcana. It might be Arcana, or it could be medicine. Yeah, go for medicine. Let's go for medicine right now.
Okay. 17.
It does look unusual. There are elements which do look a little necrotic, but it also kind of looks like nothing you've ever seen before in a wound. You watch as you heal, and you see it does sort of stitch together, so it's no longer an open wound. But
with my hand to his neck, can I feel his pulse increase such that
you do.
There's more. Okay.
There is still a pulse. There's a steady, weak pulse, but he is still with you. But his wound seals up, but it doesn't disappear.
Right. Okay. Okay. But as long as the pulse increases, as long as warmth is flowing to, I say this out loud to Robok, even though this wound on his chest appears not to be easily dissipated, we can feel that the blood is flowing to his head. He is not going to die of cold. I don't know what else this could be, but he will be with us for now.
I thank you for your prayers. I feel like my
But Robok, your powers and your relationship with Shante is great as well. Maybe there's something you could do that maybe I could not have done because of your faith.
my faith has been somewhat shaken of late, and I have not been the greatest faithful, shall we say.
Okay,
Yet I
so
can't
in
deny
character,
my prayers have been answered for the safety and sanctity of our
so
friend.
in character, I would say, but perhaps there's more strength in the faith that has been shaken but has stood than in the faith that has not yet been shaken. Out of character, I would say, just maybe laying on hands or something could do something that Cure Wounds wouldn't in this scenario. Who knows?
You're not sure exactly what's going on with it. I would say you would not have full knowledge.
Yep. That's just what I would say to Robot. That maybe faith that has been shaken can do greater things than faith that has not been shaken.
So you broke up badly there. Can you say that again?
Oh, sorry. Okay. Let me just say it very loudly. I'm sorry if this is too loud. Maybe faith that has been shaken can do things that faith that has not yet been tested cannot do. Basically, I'm just suggesting maybe lay on hands will somehow help the situation more than Cure Wounds has.
And yeah, with my kind of cloak around his shoulders, I'll just. It's going to be as awkward as Romark normally is. Just take Jasper's kind of shoulder and just take his face in my hand. My big orcish hand would probably dwarf the size of his face, and just gently cup his cheek and just look at his. You said it was kind of white, did you? White, wrinkled, and scarred down one side.
Yeah. His hair is stark white on one side.
Okay.
His face is wrinkled, gaunt, and it just looks, it's a lot paler.
I think I'll just as gently and gingerly as I can, just in an affectionate yet respectful way, just cup his face. Just gently turn it towards me and just whisper a prayer to Shante as I just try and pour divine healing into him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I cast Lay on Hands. It just in an attempt to reverse any damage that has been done, or heal in any way that is possible.
So I was kind of building Hezekiah off like a kind of Hindu Brahmin in the Vedic era kind of character, and there is a thing Hindus do, which is like just briefly holding your hands over a fire for a few seconds and then laying them on, like usually it's like a baby or a kid's head to give them good positive energy and just generally going forward. I wonder if that's how Ramak would do it in this case. Transferring the positive life energy of fire into Jasper.
More or less what he said. But yeah,
so
I think I'll just say a prayer and just almost like kind of warming factor. Just try and just use that divine power to warm him, heal him. Just tend to his wounds.
okay. You do that, and you don't see any visible change to his face.
This is beyond me. He needs a more skilled healer.
He is with life at the moment, but the force of his life, it might require more than the two of us can do. But Brother Keck, he has a unique connection with life and death. Perhaps where is he? Can you see him? I cannot.
I'll just message you because I'm overhearing this conversation. I'll just say, we're where you left us. He's still doing his ritual with the body, so...
Across the two islands, we must leap. Robok, if you would be able to carry the body of Jasper, then we would be able to go. And Hezekiah backs up and then does the 10 feet, the other 20 feet, to get over here.
Dex save, please.
Yep.
Drop him in.
Hey, whose side are you on?
You get across absolutely fine. No issue.
Yeah, I will scoop up Jasper. Again, as gently as I can, but with my kind of, big, orcish bulk. And I'll just cradle him kind of like an infant.
Sorry, before I jumped over, if I could give Robok guidance on his next ability check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I will just attempt to move myself and Jasper over to the other rock. Where Hezekiah's
Okay.
got to.
You go to leap across. Roll a dexterity save, please.
Motherfucker.
Don't forget your guidance.
Hey,
it's a crit
if it
one.
helps, you could add a 4 to that. Just roll 1d4.
I should have done. I don't think I'd be jumping for the record, but it's kind of convenient. I'd be
I'm
very
going to
generous.
assume that because I am pretty much unconscious, I can't use my bountiful luck to re-roll that one.
I mean, you're aware of your state at the moment. It's not great for you at the current moment in time, so you're probably not going to do that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Don't drop me too hard.
Yeah, you woke
Hezekiah.
up and heard Hezekiah's speeches, and you decided to go back to sleep.
Romhook, you launch yourself across, holding him. However, you're falling short, and you can see that you're heading straight into the water. I'll give you a moment if you want to react with Jasper in your arm.
Can I do anything to help?
Yeah,
Nope.
help, guys. Oh, that's
You
not what I wanted to happen.
You can be there to try and help, but you're not going to stop Romhook going in the water.
Right. If there's a chance that Robok maybe had Jasper under his arm, and when he sees that he failed to get the better edge of the night, if he tries to throw Jasper up, Could I be relevant to this?
Is that what you'd like to do, Romak?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's too late to say now, but I wouldn't have jumped. I would have gently slid off the rock and walked across the ice.
There is no
But
ice.
there is no ice anymore.
There's an update, isn't there?
No.
No, the ice
it
all
not?
got broken
Oh,
up
shit,
when she
Well, it's a moot
shattered the
point.
ice everywhere.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, it's a moot point then. Yeah, I think with one arm wrapped tightly around Jasper, I think I would have just stretched out the other arm to try and counterbalance and try and reach across the rock.
But would you like throw Jasper up
So,
as you realize you're failing to
Yeah.
get the edge?
As I'm heading
of-
for the
oh,
water, I'll just do
Okay.
whatever I can to protect him
okay.
and self-sacrifice.
So-
And at this point, fuck the fear of water. I just want Jasper to be safe.
Okay. So you're going to roll. Let's see. What could this possibly be?
Maybe like athletics on Romak and a
I'm thinking,
dex.
yeah, I was thinking athletics for you, Romak.
Okay.
Should be a good one for you. So let's do that first.
Jesus Christ. The dice give
I
you
mean,
the
roll
dice
too
take
fast,
away.
but you know, like if you're really good at catching, you know, you got versus bad at throwing. Does it count?
Okay.
That's with a +8 as
what-
well.
What happens is, Romak, you go to jump across and you realize you're not going to make it at all. With your last moment before you enter the water, you throw Jasper forwards, but he collides with the rock below Hezekiah. Hezekiah, you reach forward, grab hold of his blanket that's around him, but Jasper just rolls out of the blanket and falls down into the water, and you're left with the
Okay.
blanket in your.
Is there any chance I could just like immediately jump into the water?
Yeah.
Okay. Seeing as how it's immediately, right, I would imagine Jasper and I would be kind of in the same square. Now, I climbed up these rocks before winning this, but coming from the water, it's probably not super easy to climb up these rocks. Something, is it?
You'd be able to climb up them again, yeah. It is a little slippery. It's all icy. There will be a dex save on it.
Okay. Let's go. Deck save.
Romak, you're also in the water with him.
Deck save betrayed me. Never mind. I screwed up.
I mean, if you want to help each other, you can do it at advantage.
Yeah. What do you need from me?
So I guess maybe if Robok saw Hezekiah dive into the water after the cape fell and get Jasper first, and then he saw Hezekiah slip and fall back into the water, Hezekiah knows that Robok is overall physically stronger. So Hezekiah would think of giving Jasper to Robok, you know, assuming they're like about the same level in the water, and helping Robok water except he can.
So you guys start to work together to try and get Jasper back out of the water. To get back up on the rock, just roll a dex save with advantage as you're helping each other. Now you already rolled it once, so you just have to roll it once more. There you go. 20. This time, you managed to pull yourself out of the water. You're now joining everyone else being sodden, wet, cold. But you've managed to get Jasper out of the water and back up onto this next rock. you're all. Yeah.
So upon the 10-foot rock, could we actually see Keck, you could say, leaning down, doing religion stuff to Servant's body? Or, because Lachlan seemed to have told us as much, that he's too old, so.
You'll be able to see. I mean, they're going to be partially obscured, but you are going to be able to see them. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I see the robot. All right. This is another one. We all have our ropes, though. You magnificently. I shall cards. Yeah. It's
You
just
broke up
Lachlan
being
and Keck. Okay, Lachlan and Keck are the only two people on the Eastern Rock, right? So I go up there and I shout out, Who has the greatest strength? Who can hold a rope that will contain Robok and Jasper on it?
Well, Cake's busy, so.
I was gonna say it depends if I finish my ritual yet.
Yeah, like.
And you, Lachlan, must be the one who holds the rope.
I'm not strong.
I am throwing it to you. Catch it.
Why don't we just? Surely he's almost done now. Cake, you almost done?
I mean, would you say 10 minutes have gone by at this point, Woody, with all them over there?
I feel like.
I would say yeah. Add enough.
Okay, so probably if me and Lachlan both go and do it, I'll also give Lachlan a little slap and give him guidance on top of the help.
Ow.
Little kind of a. Let's go see.
Yeah, well, we're coming to you.
Are we gonna move over?
You're coming to us, so then we should not leave. You are instead coming to us in the middle island.
I imagine Lachlan's kind of relayed like what happened to Romok falling in the water several times. It's kind of like, yeah, we probably should. Let's grab her and move over.
Yeah, I'm just watching, embarrassed.
Then I shall move away from the edge. You may land safely.
This isn't really going to work for me though.
Well, we're jumping down, so we've got a bit of an advantage, right?
There's still 15 foot we've got to cross.
While I cannot touch you to provide guidance, maybe touch yourself to provide this guidance to you. Always leap so that you intend to land 5 feet ahead of where you actually do land. I'll say that works the best.
Hezekiah, I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure in Car's teaching, touching myself is not one of the approved teachings.
You fool! In all teachings, touching yourself is regularly recommended. Not in a certain form, but in all the other forms. Hezekiah says over the bridge gap between the two hills. Touch yourself, Brother Keck, and you will be able to make it over.
Lachlan, why don't you go first? You know, I've already given you guidance anyway, so you know. Let's get you over there first.
Okay. I'll try.
Who's taking her with them?
We could just throw her.
I'll
I'll
throw
die
15
again.
feet.
I mean, why do we?
If it goes wrong, she'll go in the water and just get taken downstream again.
If we could just throw her is audible to us on the other side, I was just Robok. Robok, there might be a great weight that you should be here to catch, just in case they choose to take the questionable route.
Okay, so kind of seeing a situation here, like it's a long gap. Both me and Lachlan probably don't look the most beefiest or agile. I'm kind of just gonna. Keck's gonna turn to Lachlan and go. We could leave her, but we could also ask her a few things first.
I how?
Carr is willing, and if I ask Von Carr, he will allow us.
Does she need to be willing too?
No, we may not get exact answers, but we will get answers all the same. It just might.
Why don't we just leave her here? I'm sure the lake will freeze back over, or we can just come back in a minute. You know, surely. Why don't we just heal Jasper, who needs help now? Or you go over and I'll sit with her.
That's my concern. If one of us is alone with her, something's going to happen, or someone's going to take her.
Well, you're not going far, are you? You're only on the other rock.
I mean, we can try that if you're willing to stay. I'll try and cross this death trap.
Yeah. Good luck.
So I'm now putting guidance on myself. Lachlan, do you have any spells that help propulsion?
I've got a disc, but that doesn't really help. No.
I can't travel on a disc.
What?
Brother Pa, I'm just wondering if your strength is 10 or more. Because it's only 10 feet to technically cross over, I think, right? Like this distance is 10 feet, right? So if you got 10 strength, then you could, if you made a running leap at it, cross that distance.
Okay, I will go for that then. I was just seeing if like withdrawing my shell and just get Lachlan to blast me over instead. But
I'll do a deck save if you're going to make the jump.
that's what I knew was going to come. That's not going to go well for me, but guidance goes to my saves or just abilities checks? Nope, it's just an ability check, so I'm screwed. Oh, no I'm not.
You're okay, yeah.
Also, as a cleric, you would not be helped by it being a dexterity save. We're all, wisdom and charisma types.
One thing I do need everyone also to do, which I didn't do earlier, which I need you all to do now. Everyone who's now been in the water will need to just roll a constitution check for constitution save. Sorry.
I mean, how does that cancel out in terms of Lachlan's taking the water off him and me? We've had fires. Do you still need it from me or just those fresh ones going in?
You've had the fire now, and you've managed to warm yourself up and dry off. You'll be okay.
That's maybe we all kind of have, because everyone was around the fire by Jasper and we were down the fire by the Tabaxi as well.
Everyone has warmed up, you're right. However, Hezekiah and Romok, you have not. You've recently bumped, so this is mainly now for Hezekiah and Romok.
Oh, sorry, right.
Everyone else has managed to pull themselves back up. Hezekiah, you are okay. Just a roll from Romok.
It's there, 2 up.
Yeah, Rock, one for you for surviving the freezing water.
You rolled a 7.
He came through. Did he not come through? I rolled a 7.
Nope. Oh, you rolled a 7.
Oh, we did it earlier. Sorry. Yeah. I totally
yeah. You are starting to feel the effects of the cold, and you're starting to shiver, Romok.
Yeah. And Jasper's also got my cloak.
You're also, similar to Jasper, you are going to need to warm up for long.
Sorry, what exactly was the condition of Jasper? Did I throw him up to Robok? Yeah, that's what I did, right? I threw him up to Robok, who is climbing up the rock face for the 10-foot cliff. Is that correct?
You have managed to maneuver in between yourselves and get him up on top of the rock. So he is currently with Romok.
Okay.
We are going to need to get call it here, guys. So is there any last thing you guys want to do before we call it for the night? I believe Twin
Siege
might
Hezekiah to get his flame spirit over here to warm us all up.
Right. Yeah, if I could dismiss the previous produce flame, now that we're all meeting on the middle island, I would use the produce flame about here. Or sorry, did we jump over to this island?
You're all collecting yourselves on this island now.
Okay, yeah. The produce flame is centered right on where the wildfire spirit emblem is. Beyond that, I would continue to do medicine checks on Jasper, right, to see if circulation is going as expected for a good recovery. Beyond that, I don't know if Brother Peck wants to do anything about Jasper.
I'll say you've had good enough medical checks so far. You would be able to just keep an eye on him now, and yeah, he seems to be improving slowly. Well, actually, no. Since he's been in the water, again, no, he needs to be warmed up. If anything, he's declining again now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's declining again just. Sorry, he's declining again just because of the water, but he is again warming up. So it's the integral of the direction Jasper's health is going is in a positive direction. So we keep him warming up, and if those guys get over here with an HC corpse, I guess we'll talk about that next time. But for now, at least Jasper is recovering well.
He's alive.
I mean,
He's alive,
in terms of Keck, like, would he see anything regarding this cut that won't heal? Would he have any extra insight based on?
You can roll a medicine check.
You're talking about Jasper's cut.
It's a pretty good roll. So you recognize that it's an unusual wound. It's not like anything which you've seen before. It's healing in a. There is something otherworldly about it.
Okay.
So, between Keck and I, if we attempted to try to understand what force is causing this, right? Like, is it necrotic damage or is it something else? Would we do 2 rolls, or could I give Keck assistance or something?
You can do an additional Arcana or Religion check if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm better
So
at
both of
religion.
us, you could say, could do religion, but like, I could just do Arcana. That's fine.
So yeah, you can tell there is something extra to this wound that feels there's a heavy necrotic element to it, but it's also beyond necrotic Arcana in general. there's something extremely different about it.
Yeah, so kind of seeing that, Keck's just gonna. There are a few things I can try, but I cannot do it this night. We'll need to rest and probably find shelter or make camp. I can't remember what time of day we're kind of at here at this point when we got here, because it was quite fresh.
Well, that's the transgression between life and death. It consumes all. May Jasper have been taken in by civil thieves.
He broke up towards the end there, Arco.
Well, I think we do need to just call it here, guys. Otherwise, we could end up in 10, 30 minutes. We will pick this up in the next game. But
yeah,
Jasper is alive. You're all still alive.
Thanks for keeping it a secret, guys.
I can't believe that. You son of
We-
a...
To be fair, we did this about 2 weeks ago.
Oh my
So
god.
we did it on the Sunday after our Saturday session.
Can't believe
That's
that. I've been
exactly-
messaging you. You absolute asshole.
Okay,
That's fake.
okay. That's
Every time you
exactly
guys
how
have been
to
saying
do
about it.
So good on both of you guys. That's exactly how you do it.
I mean, every time you guys have said about it, I'm like, actually, do they know we've actually recorded it? 'Cause I've not seen it. I didn't actually watch it. I recorded it, left out from playing. I went back downstairs and spent my evening doing other things. So I've only just watched it as well. But yeah, like in Ark, when people were saying things, I was like, do they know? Has it been leaked that we've recorded it? I don't know.
No. But if you want to pass them the link, you don't have to watch it now. It's like 20 minutes. So yeah.
Oh, I'm
It'll be
definitely
there.
going to have to watch that in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be watching it.
Oh, good job, guys.
Well done, everyone.
I can't believe you, mate. You've been showing me like concepts for new characters and all sorts.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
That
I
is
don't
the
know how it's
solution.
gonna go. If it goes this way, I've got a
This
couple
good.
ideas.
Come on.
Okay,
Bastard.
that level of deception is why Britain won World War II, right? Like every single time Britain accomplished anything, it deceived Germany about why it accomplished anything. Maddie, you would be recruited into the British engineering services, SAS, whatever, back in World War II. That's how you do it.
Well done.
Like, you guys ever
Yeah.
heard about why
Well
like
done, guys.
parrots are good for eyesight? Right? It's because the British invented decimetric radar before the Germans did, right? And before that, they had centimetric radar. So how do you explain the fact that British airplanes are better capable of intercepting the German fleets than they were before? Because if the Germans just think, oh, it's all about technology, well, they're
I'm
just
gonna end the
look
stream
for
there before this
technology,
goes out of
right?
my favour.